Widespread thunderstorms across the eastern U.S. have left at least 2 people dead.
Yeah, cleanup efforts are underway right now across the region as a result of the severe weather. Dozens of drivers down in Maryland, for example, they were trapped in their cars when the storm downed utility poles, as you see here, all over the area. Powerful wind and heavy rains also knocked out power to more than 1 million homes and businesses.
And so far today, more than 2,000 U.S. flights have been delayed in the storm's aftermath. More than 350 flights have been canceled altogether.
CBS News correspondent Meg Oliver is tracking all of this and joins us now from Maryland with more. Meg, the damage really spread across a big region of the country. Talk to us about what you're seeing there on the ground and what people are telling you about what this was like to experience.
Yeah, hi, Errol and Manny. As you can hear, the loud cleanup process has begun behind me. We're about 30 minutes north of Baltimore, and the damage is severe here in Whitehall, Maryland. Take a look at this house behind me. A giant oak tree sliced through that room, right through the brick. The homeowners, David and Lynn Sexton, both 76 years old, were inside that room when that tree came crashing down. Lynn was buried under a pile of debris. Her husband and firefighters helped rescue her. She was taken to the hospital and is now at home recovering with some bruised ribs and cuts and scrapes. We talked to their son earlier this morning, who was very emotional and just so thankful both of his parents made it out of there alive. The damage, as you mentioned, is widespread, and you can see it in different pockets across the state. Just to put it into perspective, we started our day about an hour and a half away in Reading, Pennsylvania, and as we drove over, we saw some trees and branches along the road, but not a ton of damage in this area. This is a unique situation. In the surrounding areas, it's pretty much untouched. Manny, Errol?
So we're hearing about the ripple effects of these storms now. What are you hearing about travel delays and power outages in these areas?
Yeah, there is some good news on that front for sure. Yesterday, there were about 7,000 flights that were canceled up and down along the eastern seaboard, causing terrible disruptions for so many people trying to fly. Today, a huge improvement. Maybe a couple thousand flights have been canceled. But overall, if you're heading to the airport today, you're more likely to see a delay than a cancellation. So things are starting to improve there. We're also seeing the same along in terms of power outages. At one point Monday, 1 million people in the storm's path were without power. Today, that number has dropped dramatically. It's maybe around 250,000 at this point. Here in Maryland, a few thousand people are still without power. I stopped at a gas station on my way in, and they said their power was out for about 4 hours last night, but has returned. So some good news there, and the sun is out helping the cleanup crews for sure.
All right. Meg Oliver, thank you for that report.
Thanks, Meg.